Types of volcano, depending upon the nature, how a particular volcanic eruption, how frequently a particular volcanic eruption is happening, there can be three different types of volcano. Underline the headings in your book. Active or living volcano. Underline the term active or living volcano. Then secondly, underline the term dormant or sleeping volcano. Then the third concept is extinct or dead volcano. Active volcanoes, as the name suggests, is that volcano which is active in nature, which is erupted frequently in the past and has chances that it will continue to erupt in future also, which has a tendency of erupting after every few hours or few days or few months. Underline a few examples of active volcanoes. Mount Etna, Mount Kilauea, Mount Cotopaxi, Barren Island in India, and Furnace Peak in the Indian Ocean are certain examples of active or live volcano. These active or live volcanoes erupt after every few time, and they have a lot of molten magma inside them. Let us check out the second category, the dormant or sleeping volcano. They have not erupted for centuries, but they can still erupt. But there are chances that these volcanoes will still erupt. So certain examples of dormant or sleeping volcano. The word dormant itself means something which is sleeping. When you are sleeping, you are not dead. It is chances that you are not moving right now, but when you will get up, you will of course move yourself. In the similar way, a dormant volcano will also burst out or erupt out in the coming times, in the near future. So Mount Vesuvius in Italy, Mount Fujiyama in Japan, and Mount Haleakala in Hawaii is a dormant or a sleeping volcano, important sleeping or dormant volcano of the world. Underline these names, Mount Vesuvius and Mount Fujiyama is very important. Then next, the third one is an extinct or a dead volcano. Now when we talk about an extinct or a dead volcano, they, as the name suggests, they are dead. They are extinct. Once upon a time, they were alive, they were active, but now there is no activity of volcanic eruption found in these volcanic mountains, जिसमें पिछले बहुत से years से कोई भी volcanic activity नहीं हुई है और ये भी possibility है कि आगे आने वाले years में होगी भी नहीं. Such kind of volcano is a dead or an extinct volcano. Underline a few names. Mount Kilimanjaro in East Africa and Mount Cerro Aconcagua. Mount Cerro Aconcagua and Mount Kilimanjaro are certain examples of extinct or dead volcanoes. But let me tell you, ऐसे भी कई सारे dead or extinct volcanoes हैं Earth पे, which were declared as dead, but after hundreds of years they encountered a volcanic activity. उनमें भी फिर से volcanic activity happen हुई. So as such हम ये बिल्कुल नहीं कह सकते हैं, we cannot say कि कोई भी volcano एक डेड वॉल्केनो हो गया है, क्योंकि किसी भी वॉल्केनो में 100 इयर्स के बाद या 200 इयर्स के बाद भी वॉल्केनिक इरप्शंस हो सकते हैं. As soon as they will develop magma inside them due to excessive heat and pressure, they will ooze out to create a volcano. The next topic is earthquakes. You will read out what is an earthquake from your books, and you will also pay attention to the picture which I am providing to you just now. On the next turn, we are going to discuss the earthquake case study. I hope ma'am Dipali had also discussed this chapter till here. Earthquakes she has discussed as has told me. So what is an earthquake? Basically, I'm going to tell you the meaning. An earthquake is a sudden movement which is caused from below the surface of the earth, and it causes a lot of destruction on the earth's surface, on top of the earth's surface. It has a focus and an epicenter. Focus is the point of origin, which is below the earth's surface, and epicenter is the point which is on the earth's surface above the focus. Epicenter is the point on the ground whereas focus is the point below the surface of the earth. For this, you can check out figure 3.1, origin of an earthquake. Underline a few terms here. Movement of the lithospheric plates, please underline. Movement of the lithospheric plate, volcanic eruption and faultings lead to vibrations which are felt as earthquakes on the surface of full stop. So till here, you please underline this in your books. And the person who records these earthquake activities are called as seismologists, and the study of studying an earthquake activity is called seismology. Underline this in the third paragraph of the topic, right side, second paragraph under the topic earthquakes. I'm telling this to you from the right hand side, second topic. Underline the term seismology is the study of behavior of earthquake or seismic waves. Also, underline the term the scientists who are experts in the study of pattern of earthquakes are called the seismologists. And the instrument which is used to measure the earthquake is known as a seismograph. I will surely share with you how does a seismograph works as well. From the case study onwards, this green color box which you can see in your books, from here we will discuss on the second term. On the second term, Mehak